Hey everybody, Matt here, of course, your favorite old insane author, and I got my guitar tonight, and this is going to be a short video, but my favorite song of all time is Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty. I suggest you look it up. Great song. My favorite part was always a saxophone solo, and here it's rough, but I've kind of got the rhythm down on guitar, so... Yeah, sorry. I still, had a guitar for years, still practicing. So this is how it goes right here. 10th fret, B string. Something sort of like that, but no, actually, I'm making this video. Once again, we're advertising some of my books. Here soon, I will have an audiobook coming out. The Adventures of Wolfgang Howe. It's about a werewolf on a submarine. Should definitely check it out. It's insane. It's funny. It's got some parts in it that will grab you by the heartstrings and definitely... Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing that until I get it down. Biggest part is I know the tabs. It's getting the speed and the rhythm down, but I got it figured out. Big thanks to Bradley Cox. Love you, man. Yeah, this will be going on my YouTube also. But Adventures of Wolfgang Howe will be out soon. My second Star Strider book is out on Audible. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The audio was okay. There was several issues, but yeah, that's not the point. The point is, I'm having a great night. Matt, you and Connor? Oh, really? You're gonna be begging for that. When the hills have eyes, come and get you. Yeah. No, guys, look. Be glad I like it. The episode was great. If y'all haven't checked it out, it's called Did You Say Something? It's on Spotify and YouTube. Matt Mangum, Connor Lewis, great guys. I was on one of the other episodes. Was kind of excited. Sorry, guys, that I talked so damn much. But was really excited to be on there, guys. And what y'all do with my books is great. And yeah, my guitar strap is all twisted around here now. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do that video on that there because for over 20 years it has eluded me on how I would ever learn how to play that. At one time I played saxophone for a while. I could do it on there. But since I've had my stroke, I'm still having problems out of my right hand. And unfortunately, you got to have both hands to play it. But with the guitar, if I can hold a pick or just use my thumb, I can, pretty much play whatever. Yeah, eventually I'll get better at it. Practice makes perfect. But Dragons of Rocky Pass was the first book that Matt and them did amazing audio on. Highly recommended if you like westerns. If you're not into audiobooks, they're available in print. They're on Kindle. If you got a Kindle account, you can read them for free. Just, hey, tell your friends. If you do check out the Did You Say Something? Please like and subscribe. They're great guys. They're funny as hell. Even though, yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. No more Davids on the show. I think it's because there's too many Matts on the show. Change my name to Walrus. But yeah, guys, just wanted to share, I'm excited about this whole thing over my guitar. I actually feel like playing guitar again, which something I ain't felt like doing in a long time is actually doing anything with my guitar. As I've said on my podcast before, I do deal with depression, and this here is one of the ways I deal with it. And basically, yeah, tonight just wanting me to brag because I figured out the tabs finally. I actually found a video, screenshotted it because he was going through the entire song. I definitely recommend if you listen to it, listen to the extended version because the sax solo goes into an amazing damn guitar riff that I will learn. I'm going to learn it. Unfortunately, currently I have decided to take a step back from writing. Unfortunately, it's not just a writer's block. I was promoted at work, yeah, me. But aside from that, and it's coming up on October's in a few days. Which anybody knows me knows trapping season's coming up. I got permission to trap a 600-acre spot on the river. I'm going to be running a fur line this year. I've got a few projects lined up involving some of the wild-caught fur. Get back into woodworking and things like that. But, yeah, I wanted to share this. I do still have books coming out. I'm currently editing them. Right now, Combat Exorcist series. Book 1, How Not to Be an Exorcist in Another World, and Book 2, Merktown Apocalypse, are both out. Highly recommend reading them if you want something offbeat, off the wall, just make you laugh, make you be like Murphy says in the book, do you have a life outside of anime and audio books? Sorry, Connor, I can't do it as well as you can. But, yeah, guys, thanks for watching if you did. If you didn't, oh well. But I'm just going to keep on keeping on, and I want to say thank you to everybody out there that's been reading my books, liking my post on Facebook, and, God, I can't believe I have to say this, but to the certain gentleman, I'm not going to name your name because, dear God, man, really? Guys, I'm just going to say this. Florida is its own world. But yeah, I mean, there are certain things that your favorite author, I'm flattered, but I don't ever want to know. And I Googled that for you, and it is a crime. Yeah, look, if you don't know, trust me, you don't want to. It made me kind of, I'm not, dude, just, why? Why would you do that to an animal? A manatee. Oh. You did stuff to a manatee. I'm not going to name your name on here, but I'm not a priest, okay? Don't send me your confessions, please. But, yeah, guys, y'all have a great night. I'll probably continue to post stuff on social media. Maybe not, I don't know. Going through a couple of things here, and, yeah. But, coming to you live from the backwoods is Matt Knapp. I guess I'll show y'all how to do that. Okay, it's bottom string here. It's then you slide down to the 3rd fret, back to the 1st fret, 3rd fret, 2nd string in the bottom, and then 1st fret. All together it's nope. Yeah, sometimes my mind and hands don't line up, and it's one of the things I'm working on since the stroke. It's still regaining motor function and all. It's coming along, and of course here is the one riff that is probably the simplest in the world, but once again, back when I was learning how to play guitar and all that, I was going through a few things, and dude, emotional trauma can screw you up, but yeah, top string, open 3-5, open, oops, see, did it again, open 3-5, open 3-6-5, open 3-5, open. Yeah, but that's Smoke on the Water. Of course, everybody knows that damn song. If you don't know the story behind the song, listen to the lyrics. If you're too lazy to do that, Google it. If you're still too lazy, some idiot with a flare gun at a concert, he shot it indoors, set the place on fire. They went outside, and there was that smoke kind of settled on the river, and that's where the song came from, by Deep Purple. My favorite song by them is a toss-up between Tokyo Woman and Space Truckin'. Anyway, but yeah, guys, like I said, I'm fixing to get off here. I'm gonna go back to practicing guitar. I do have to be up early in the morning, but yeah, I figure I'm gonna do this for a little bit. Give me something to do. Find some paper around here somewhere and draw out the diagram of the strings and all that, and write out the tablature, guitar tabs, for those of y'all that know. Those of y'all that don't, tablature is where you have 6 lines representing each of the strings, and you have a number on there, and that's the number on the line denotes which of the frets and which string and all. And once you figure it out, it's not that hard, but there's like hammer-ons, pull-offs, vibratos, things like that. And it's just all about building up dexterity, speed, and maybe I'll do a video in the future where I can actually play out that damn solo. That's once I get this down to where I can play it just as easily as some of the other stuff the few things I do know. Yeah, and I mean, and to those of y'all wondering, I am still writing. I'm just taking a break. I am finishing up Star Strider series. To those of y'all that don't know, that series, I started that when I was a kid. I was about 6-7 years old. Had to write a story, and I talked about it on the podcast. Did you say something? But over the years, it turned into a story of its own, and it's turned into a whole book series. And check it out. It takes place in space and all this, on different planets, spaceships and all this. But everybody knows a lot of my writing to be playful, fun, lighthearted. And Star Strider has some of that in there, but it also deals with a lot more serious topics, murder, things like that, surviving trauma and abuse, both physical, mental, sexual. And from what I've been told from other people, it's actually a really good series. But then again, hey, it's my series. Of course I like it. Of course but I'm working on book 4, which will be the end of the series. And I look back on it, and I've been working on it for 30 years. I'm 38 now. And I look back, and it's like a video of this one guy, people kept showing of a guy with this roll of wire and how much of it was gone. And it really got to me. That got me to thinking, Yeah, I look back 30 years. I mean, it sounds like a long time, and it does. But you look back, and it wasn't all that long. And that's part of my problem. I get to dwelling on things like that, and it bothers me sometimes. But like I said, I appreciate all y'all that support me. Watch my videos, you read my books, listen to my insane ramblings. Those of you who email me, Lucy, I'm so glad you found somebody. And dear God, girl, please go see a doctor. That's not normal, okay? And Bill out in California, dude, I hope everything is better, man. I've been there. I've dealt with depression my whole life. If you need me, dude, you got my number. Call me. Send me an email, text me, whatever. Comment on the video. I know you admit, I lurk on your channels and blah 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 and your Facebook, and I like your books, and that's great, man. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the support, man, and I hope things are going all right with y'all. With you, special shout out. God, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. But you read all my books. Very, very good friend of mine. His name is Leonard. Recently paroled. Not my place to say why he was incarcerated. He did his time. He's doing. I hope everything's working out for you, Leonard. Chicken sex is not done. To those of y'all that are asking, trust me, if you want to know, email me. We're not talking about that in the video. Oh my God, that book. Some of the things I've written in there, I can't believe I wrote, okay? Yes, Lucy, before you ask, it is worse than Aberrations. And to those of y'all don't know, that was the first book I published. Not proud of it in the slightest. It is a dark, dark, horrible book. I don't recommend anybody reading it. But if you do, hey, good for you. And if you get a copy, because I am actually seriously considering unpublishing it and removing it completely. It'll still be available on Audible, but yeah, that was from a part of my life that I try to forget about. But yeah, somebody asked, was anything I needed the other day? Yeah, guitar picks. Mine have went missing. But I do have mice. So possibly either that or the boogie shitter. That's also on Did You Say Something? For those of y'all who don't know and have not seen it, there is an individual who breaks into people's houses and defecates in places he shouldn't. He, she, them, they. I don't know who is doing this. This person commented a while back anonymously on a Facebook post that a certain place would face their rectal wrath. And yeah, a few days later, and I'm like, oh dear God. It started out as a joke, all right? I will tell y'all this story. Sitting in the woods next to my cousin's house is a mobile home. Now, it's been sitting there for years. It's abandoned. We walked by, me and my cousin's husband was out hunting one day, and we looked in there at the living room, and I stopped, and I realized something. The room layout doesn't make any sense, because you got a wall right here as soon as you walk in, but on the outside, there's windows and stuff like there's a whole other room. So we get in there and get to looking, and in the dirt and everything else, you can see where the paneling has been pulled back into the side. And there's a really nice room, except for one thing. Someone has took one of them handicapped toilet chairs, removed the bottom of it, and yeah, right there in the middle of that room. And Aaron, God, dude, I'll never forget it. It's the work of the boogie shitter. And the name stuck. Didn't think nothing. I thought, okay, some dude out here had snuck in here hunting. One of the guys over at the oil pad coming in here. That's kind of weird. Or it might be a Mexican American. Rocks on a week. Somebody breaks into a house in the local town. Takes the plate out of the microwave, and a couple of days later, they get another house across town. The toaster. Man, why you do that to their toaster? And then, I hate to say this, but my all-time favorite caper of theirs, they broke into the house. They cleaned the house, did the dishes and all, which was great. Hey, that's a fantastic thing. I had someone who used to break into my house, did my dishes, left groceries. I still don't know who they were. And if you're watching this, thank you for all that. But they had one of them nice glass top tables, coffee table. They removed the top, and yeah, right in the middle of the decorative cornucopia. I'm just like, why would you do that? Yeah, it was a little off, but you know what? I don't care. It's my show. And I do as I want. But yeah, I'm just like, why? But in all seriousness, guys, doing these videos and stuff, writing my books, going on podcasts and stuff, it's things that really help me out mentally and emotionally and all that, spiritually. Not so much physically, because my fingers are kind of sore, but yeah, it happens. Eventually they'll callus up, toughen up, and there's an outlet over here on the wall. And the mice I was mentioning, it's one of them sitting there playing peekaboo with me. I would go get a BB gun. That'd be my luck. I'd shoot a BB and then land in the outlet and short something out. And I want to do that. I kind of like my house. But, yeah, guys, just world's gone crazy. You know, like I always say, Jerry Springer used to say it best. Be kind to yourself and each other. Take care of yourself. Whatever. You know, we don't all have to get along, guys. But that's no reason for us to be hateful to one another or to your fellow man, woman, child, walrus. You see where I'm going with this? I like walruses. I mean, I really like walruses. And I got a walrus around here my nephew got me years ago. And Dylan, if you see this, Uncle Matt loves you so much, and I am very proud of my nephew. So all four of y'all. Isaiah, don't be late to work tomorrow. I'm tired of that crap. I'm your supervisor now. But, yeah, guys, just, like I said, I don't know what the future holds for me right now when it comes to the writing or whatever else, because, like I said, I am considering stepping back from it for a while. I do plan, don't worry, y'all, I do plan on finishing out the series that I have. Twilight Hunter's done. I've got Combat Exorcist, Legends of Colosio, Star Strider, and I want to say those are all my active series that I've actually published books in series. Oh, and Society of the Thorn, but that could be I don't know if I'm going to pick that one back up. Kind of ran into some major writer's block on Flowers for Mothers, same with Hunting Season. My Requiem of the Damned series, got several titles out in it. Perkins House, it's a horror. Shadows in Her Eye, it's a supernatural thriller suspense. It's a short book, read it, you listen to it, it's like 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of books planned in those. Honestly, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish them or not. Tabletop series, I am working on them, but it has just took so much out of me on them. I mean, I know I've got a lot of people out there like, hey, do a Kickstarter for them, and for like your Swords and Starscapes, Guns and Ghouls, and Prehistoric Gambit, which are my 3 main tabletop games that I do want to get done. But at the moment, it's all about, for writing for me, it's about feeling the story. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to sit down and try to write it out, because it's going to fight me. I'm going to hate what I'm writing. And if I publish it, it's not going to be good, and I'm going to regret it. And it's just, it ain't going to do good. But I will be honest, I don't know how many more books I've got left in me. I mean, that changes day to day. I mean, I have these thoughts all the time, and like I told myself once, I woke up one day and realized, one day you're going to write that final book. That's going to be it. There's not going to be no more after that. And it could be next week. It could be in 20 years. But like I said, I do want to finish out, at least give the series the endings they deserve. I don't want to half-ass them. I don't want to leave them unfinished. I don't want to pull a George R.R. Martin, okay? And no, I don't really hold any hope of any of my series ever getting picked up and made into a movie or anything. But my biggest thing is right now there are other things I'd like to focus on. I'd like to get back into my woodworking, bladesmithing, and all. I've got some metal out there I'd like to do some work with. Get my ghetto forge go back up and going. Start remodeling on the house. And no, writing really doesn't affect that because I do a lot of it at night or, during my downtime. But it's the simple fact that I'm getting to the point that I don't think I got another story in me, guys. And it's a good thing, I wrote out an outline for the series I do have that are going right now. But even then, I've had a couple of offers from Ghostwriter to help me finish out my series, Legends of Colosio, and Star Strider Chronicles. That's one I have to do myself. I cannot turn that over to somebody else, but I just, well, y'all go ahead and comment or whatever. I just, tell me what you think, because I wouldn't feel right somebody else, because I wrote out book one, Rise of the Hellcrux, based off an idea my buddy James gave to me. That was the premise for the story, but I took a lot of it from the story idea I had when I was about 12 years old, and I was writing it, and there was just a lot of hassle there from, well, I don't want to really get into it, but the story stuck with me all these years. And, I've got the 7 books in the series planned, Harry Potter style, what somebody said. And yeah, they do all kind of tie all of them together, but my thing is, it took me a year and a half to write Rise of the Hellcrux. It's been over a year since it was released, and I thought, okay, hey, I'll have Moonborn done in no time. Guys, I looked at it today, and I was reading through it, and I hated most of what was on there. Despised it. So, I ended up, instead of deleting it, I went through, took what I liked, moved it to another file, and I've been writing from there, but because I didn't like the direction it was going. It didn't feel right. I'm watching my dogs. We have a new puppy, Polka Dot. She is the descendant of some of my weenie dogs around here, and unfortunately a few months ago we lost Tootsie. It's been really hard. It's part of the things got me in such a funk. Missing her and my little dog Dumbo, and Tootsie's mama Mopsy. We lost her 2 years ago. But anyway, get back to Moonborn. I thought, okay, well, hey, Rise of the Hellcrux is done. Cool, I'll jump right in it. This won't take no time. And I had an idea of kind of how I wanted it to go. And I was sitting there hunting. I was like, I don't like this. Because it feels like I'm starting a whole new series. And in a way, that's what it would have took out. It would have been one of those that... Dot. Diddy Dot, come here. She's just looking. And she just ran down to the couch and jumped in the clothes basket. Hold that thought, folks. I'll be right back. Dot, did you get stuck in the basket? Really? You do this every time. Cover baby. Oh, goodness. Come on, you can be on podcast today. Okay, I'm back. Yes, my house is a mess. This is the Polka Dot. Say hi, Dot. Fix your ear. Factory settings. Yes, you baby. Now, she's a good baby. She's a spoilt little brat. Her name is Dot. And she got a couple of sores on her. She's been scratching from the fleas. There, you want your box? Here's your Squeaky. There's Mr. Squeaky. But, yeah, I didn't like the way Moonborn was going because it felt like it was trying to become another series. And at the time, I was like, if I'm going to do that, then I want, because Rise of the Hellcrux starts off with one adventure, and I don't want it to be, well, you got this one here, but then book 2 has nothing to do with the first book. It has nothing to do with the story that the author was building. I didn't like that. So I have went back and tweaked it and all to where it fits into book 2, where it picks up where the first one left off at, and it stair steps through, and I finally got it back on track, and that's what me and Ghostwriter they approached me, and that was something we talked about. They've read Rise of the Hellcrux about 20 times. I'm like, good God, man. I mean, I get it. It was an okay book. But whenever they're sitting down and they've wrote out 20-page character profiles on the characters, and oh, there you go, girl. You're probably thirsty, ain't you? And they're writing out all this background history for each of the characters and stuff. But in a way, it kind of got to me. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, hey, no, this is my baby. You're not. Well, if you just let it. But once again, it's one of those things that they saw it from my point of view that, hey, it's like you're trying to take over what I've started here, and then it's going to be like, okay, on KDP where I published it, you got main author David Knapp, and then contributing author would be John Smith, and I don't want that, because then people would be like, well, okay, what did they contribute? Wait, you mean this wasn't David's idea? And that's not what I'm wanting. I mean, it wouldn't. And I've read some of the stuff they wrote, and I told them, I said, why don't you write a book of your own? And it was what they said, kind of one of the reasons I'm so leery about it. Well, I'm good at taking other people's ideas and making them better. And that just, I didn't like that. And, it's whatever. I know I said this is going to be a short video. Hell, I only meant this to be like 2 minutes. Here it is, going on 32 minutes and something. But, hey, I'm turning into a damn podcast episode. Who cares? My functional insanity or manageable madness, whichever one. Guys, at this point, it's just me. It's just me talking, rambling. We're talking about my books. We're talking about life in general. We're talking about how terrible I play this beautiful guitar, because, I mean, it is gorgeous. But, I was 12, 13 years old. I was 12 years old. Moved in with my mom after leaving my dad's. And we were down in Searcy one day. I was on the school bus. And due to a traffic accident, we had to take an alternate route through town. And I seen a guitar shop. Well, a few days later, I ended up sleeping through study hall and thought I was going to walk home. And I was walking down, and I mean, I'm 6-7 miles from home, so it's going to take me a while to get there. Walking around Courthouse Square, there's a little music store there called Quattlebaum's, and sitting in the window was a green guitar. My favorite, beautiful guitar, kind of like this. I think it was a Les Paul. And I had a Stag Les Paul once. Oh my God, I wish I still had that guitar. That thing could play. Beautiful. But anyway, a few minutes later, I caught up. The bus had been stopped due to traffic or something, and they was like, "Hey, let him on the bus. Let him on the bus." Didn't have to walk home. But it took me many years. But down there a few years ago, and they had this baby here. It was like $400, and I know a lot of people, you blow your money. You know what? I work hard. What I spend my money on is my damn business. It's sad that I'm 38 years old and have to remind my dad of that more times than I care to admit. It's just like the audiobooks. Yes, I pay to have them done. And sometimes the price on them is just like, what? I mean, I get it. You guys got to make a living too, but one guy wanted to do an hour-and-a-half book for me, which I just toyed with the idea of getting done in the audiobook, Reflections of the Broken Mirror. $1,300 an hour. I'm like, no. God, no, dude. That's, well, $2,800 and I'll do the whole thing. And I'm just like, no, thank you. If I do decide to do it, I will, I don't know, I'll probably take some of them stories, put them in an anthology. I've got several narrators that I've worked with that I really like, and we will figure out something how I'd like to have one of them do one story. Say like, narrative flow. I have a story to be perfect for them. I got another one that I would love Tyler Tice to do. Just his style, his narration style, the gravitas of his voice. It's just, he captures you. Narrative flow. I love Matt Mangum and Connor. The stuff they do, it's amazing. And with the descriptive audio, you got the cinematic audio and all. You got the sound effects. It's great. I got a couple of stories to be perfect for that. And I think it's not a anytime soon thing. That is a much later project. But yeah. But in the meantime, like I said, I will be focusing on myself. I've got things going on that I really need to focus on. One of them is my passion for playing guitar. I never was good at it. But I seen a video the other day of a man that was 92 years old. Always wanted to play. Didn't get into playing the guitar until he was 87. And dear God, that man can... Like, holy shit, dude. You freaking shred that thing. And he's like, he said, you're never too old to learn something. And my wife, she's been learning Davidic dances and all, flags and all, for praise and worship. And I'm sure she had her doubts several times. I'm not going to be able to do this, but she has, and that really inspired me. She's now a hub leader for Global Vision Church, Greg Locke's church. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I'm very proud of her for that. She does her photography and karaoke every Saturday night down at Painburn Park, and I mean, it just seeing her light up, it just makes my day. Unfortunately, I work Saturday evenings. One of my audiobooks I mentioned, I am trying to get the money up, which now that I got a raise, I'll have the thing paid off in no time. But the guy I work for over there, we get along pretty good, and it's helping him out until he can get people in there trained and get things kind of lined out. And one of his cooks, Patrick Cumnock, the guy that inspired the book Chicken Sex, or let me rephrase that, gave me the idea for the title. Just had to have surgery, had to go through his neck and do work on his spine and part of his shoulder and stuff. Patrick, if you see this, I'm wishing you a speedy recovery, brother. I love you, and hope you're doing well. Try to be able to see you in a few days. But he's cooked there, and that's where I met him when I quit Family Market, which has been just about over a year ago now. No hard feelings toward anybody there. It's just it was not a good fit for me. And I mean, I was annoyed. I'd been there for quite a while, and a lot of people would, well, you did it because you wouldn't get recognition. No, it was the simple fact that I worked as a meat cutter, and when the head meat cutter was on vacation, the guy that would cover for him was having to drive from 2 to 3 hours away after taking care of his store down there. So, I get there 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning, and substitute guy's not getting there till 12:30 or 1. I leave at 2. And I'm like, no, and then it got to where I was leaving at 4, but still, because by the when he got there, we would have to go through, do all the cutting, do all the wrapping. I would still have to grind hamburger meat, wrap all of that, clean everything. That was a whole ordeal. And I wasn't getting out of there sometimes till 5 o'clock or after. And I mean, there was days that, I just don't feel like coming up. And I would cover for him, and I got my ass chewed for doing my job, and it was always, well, yeah, we're going to get you a raise. And when I quit, minimum wage here in Arkansas was $11 an hour. I was making $11.04 an hour. Where I'm at now, I started out at $13 an hour. Been there since June. Here it is, last part of September, almost October. I've been bumped up to supervisor and now make $15 an hour. And I was told if I keep doing good, I got another raise coming up soon, which I love what I do. I love my job. I love the people I work with. I love what I do. I'm finally doing good in life, and I was thinking about that, and I realized I did a lot of my writing I did when I was depressed or having issues, and My goal was always to publish a book. Now I've got almost 40 published. And I was sitting back thinking earlier while I was learning the Baker Street Drift that maybe it's time that I step back from the writing and go back to something else I enjoy. Yeah, eventually I'll get it, but I'm getting better at it. And believe it or not, I actually started trying to learn this yesterday. Which, I mean, it shows that I'm making progress and all. I did a little bit of writing here and there, and there was a few spots that I was stuck out on books, and I got through major roadblocks and have opened that up. But at the same time, I know, hey, I've got to step back. Got to take a step back from doing that. Same with podcast. I was invited to be on a couple more. Unfortunately, I think I don't think I'm going to be on anymore. It's nothing against anybody. Like I said, this is one of those things that could change. I was on one the other night, about about a week ago. I was on one. I won't mention the name, but it was so horrible that halfway through recording, the guy's like, just stop. We can't air this. We can't use none of this. And Matt, Connor, yeah, y'all was trying to interview me, whatever. I was on there. I said 2 words, introduced myself. Matt Knapp. And that was all I said, and it went downhill. It was, I felt real bad for the guy that was running it, but I sat back and I was thinking about it earlier, and I watched the newest episode of this, and like I said, it did get me to thinking. I know y'all guys didn't mean nothing. Y'all wasn't trying to pick on me, and I'm not worried about it. I've spent too much time in the world that I've created in my books. And I realized that one of my therapist friend of mine said the reason I write so much, he said, is because the world you can live in there helps you avoid the problems you have in this world out here in reality. And I guess there is some truth to that. But I mean, hell, I had a blast being on the damn podcast, them guys. It was so great. I was on another podcast. Unfortunately, young man, his parents said he can't air the episode. It's him and his friends. They have a little podcast. I've been asked not to mention any names or anything because apparently parents went back, read my books, even though these young people are in high school. They're 16, 17. The oldest one, she's 18. They read my books. There is a lot of sexual content in some of them. And being in the community and the extracurricular and church things they're in, I understand. It's fine. Thank you for having me on. Maybe at a later date, you have my full permission to release that video. And we got on there, and basically we're talking about high school, life in general, growing up, things like that. I think only one of my books we talked about was Dragons of Rocky Pass, and one of them seen some advertisement somebody shared, whichever shared it on Facebook, thank you. They listened to the audio book and absolutely just loved it. Dragons and Cowboys, I was like, that's all we needed to know. They have read the rest of the series, which is, hey, that's great. Somebody's actually reading. And the clapping noise is my son. He's on an Oculus in there, and honestly, sometimes I want to feed him that damn thing, but I love him. He works. He's working at our meat laundry. Works hard, but according to one girl's dad, it was inappropriate for a grown man to be on a podcast ran by teenagers, and I mean, I could see that if we were talking to something inappropriate where we were simply discussing, high school, but what it boiled down to was their religious views, and mine don't line, and when it comes to my religious views, I'll go ahead and tell you, I don't care nothing about church. And that gets me a lot of flack from some of my family. But there's a reason for that, and no, I don't want to talk about it. No, I won't go into it. But, yeah. Thanks for listening to my ramble, guys. You know, that's kind of what I tend to do sometimes, and even if nobody watches this, it helps me out. A couple of my friends that I used to talk to, we don't see each other anymore due to work constraints, and they live so far off, and life has gotten in the way, which I do try to go see them when I can. Yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out with me tonight on here, you know, on this. Don't know who you are, love you guys. Mean that completely. And I hope nothing but the best for y'all. I think I'm fixing to actually get off here for the night, upload this video, and get back to trying to figure out the timing on this. It's those damn vibratos that get me. They make it look so damn easy on the YouTube video. Using the whammy bar here. That's what does that, but it don't give it the right effect. I've got the tabs down, I've got the pattern down. It's just now getting my head and hand to work together to where I can do it. And you know, that's a big reason that I'm taking a break from writing, is I'm focused on getting full control of my faculties again. So, you know, that I'm not a young man with old man problems, Matt. Yeah, I know my beard's turning gray. But hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. Y'all take care of each other. Check out some of my books, audio books, other YouTube channels. And stick around, you know. As soon as I get this damn thing down, I will post a video of me playing it. And if I can ever figure out a damn F chord properly, I may play the whole damn song. Alright, good night, folks. Y'all have a good one.